my office at home, and I am giving a video on how to do reflexology on yourself. And a client asked me to do this video. She wants me to focus on how to do reflexology for chronic ear, nose, and throat issues, but any kind of congestion in the head or in the lungs. So perfect for autumn, for fall. This is the season of the lungs and the immune system. So this is a perfect video to help support your lungs, your respiratory system, your immune system for the season. So I am gonna also just include, I've put a couple of oils already on my feet. I've used cypress grate from Wisdom of the Earth and hyssop officinalis. And I'll talk more about those. I'll be sharing both of these at the brunch that I'm doing this Saturday. But in short, they're both very grounding, stabilizing body tonics. Both help tonify, and they're astringent, so they help channel energy when you feel scattered. And both open the chest, support the lungs, and pull uric acid out of the blood. So any kind of rheumatic condition or pain, these two oils are very helpful. And putting them on the feet helps you get them in through the reflexes, so you can access the whole body through the reflexes of the feet. And if you're having issues in multiple parts of the body, it's really nice just to put oils on your feet so that you're not like applying here and then applying here and then, you know, wherever. You can just put them on the feet and know my whole body is getting this. So working on your feet is also very grounding and stabilizing too. Autumn is a time for Vata. It is the season of Vata in Ayurveda. It can feel very windy. We can tend to be more scattered and have a lot more urgency and kind of angst within us at this time of year. At least I felt that way. And so working on your feet is therapeutic, it is grounding. It is just going to help stabilize and bring the energy down when it's kind of moving up and scattering around. So I'm going to try to get in here. I'm just using my phone. I'm just in my office. So I'm going to try to get in close and show you how to do this reflexology treatment on yourself. So I am going to be focusing on the balls of my feet, the pads here. At the pad here. This line at the very top of the pad. And then the tops of the feet here. So there's different techniques that you can use to stimulate the different systems. The reflexes are very small. They're all overlapping, just like we have layers in our body that overlap. There's different techniques in reflexology to stimulate the different systems, to energize the different systems so that they're supporting optimally. So for the respiratory system, when we're trying to break up congestion, I'm going to do it like this. I would use my thumbs and work more like this, but in order for you to see what I'm doing, I'm going to hold my foot up like this and show you the technique. So you could use your thumbs if you're just doing this with your foot over your leg, but I'm just going to use my fingers here just to show you that I want to use my nail and get all in on these pads. I want to stimulate and break up the congestion in the head. Anything in the ears, nose, and throat as you go along each pad, and really get in all along the edges, pressing with the nails. So if I'm doing this on myself, it will look like this because I'm using my thumbs alternating. and spend time. It takes time, it takes repetition to do this. I'm going to go quicker because I just want to show you the whole protocol. But I would go through each pad on each toe, spending time. Where there's pain, there's a point, so just spend more time on areas that feel more sensitive, more congested or tight. Get to each toe, and then we'll do the same thing here. So again, I would be using my thumbs like that, but I'm using my fingers to show you in the video. So I'm just breaking up all of this in here. Then sometimes I'll sweep from this side to this side a few times, pressing hard. And then I will, again, from the outside into the center, I'm moving everything to the middle. I would press all along this line here, kind of on the top of the pad, right along the insides of the toes. If you want to take time and just squeeze in between the toes, that can be helpful too, especially if you're having anything with the throat. Squeezing in between the toes and pressing all along this line into the middle. So again, this is going to look different when you're doing it on yourself because you would be using your thumb walking, where I'm using that thumb. Oh, I had a nice little adjustment in my toe. And then you want to walk down this line here on the big toe. So as you move everything to the middle, as you're breaking up the congestion in the chest, in the sinuses, then you kind of want to support the mucus to move down. Okay? So we're trying to drain it out. And sometimes it will make the nose run. Sometimes it will just be dripping down in, through the throat and into the digestive system. But it's got to come out some way or another. You may need to do additional support for the digestive system when you have mucus, because that can get that can affect the digestion as it's moving out. But again, thumb walking down the big toe. So sometimes I'll do the pads of the toes, and then I'll go down this line, then I'll do the pad of the foot, and then across. It's not that crucial which order you do it all in. Just as long as you're stimulating these systems, these areas, this will help no matter what. So the last few pieces here is that I want to tap. I'm holding my hand like this, using my fingers and a little bit of the nail there. In reflexology, a little bit of nail is good. It's stimulating the systems. It's stimulating blood flow to the area. So I'm just tapping along the tops of the foot. I want to be able to let that foot, that ankle, relax as much as possible as I do this. So I spend time there, and then once I'm done, I just move the fluid up towards the ankle. So again, it's all moving down, moving out. You're moving that fluid that you have stimulated. You're breaking up the congestion. This is reflexive. These areas are reflexive to the front of the chest and between the ribs. This is more reflexive to the back part of the lungs. When you have upper back tension, it can help with that as well. As you release tension in the body, that helps mucus dislodge and release. Tension just holds it and constricts it. So actually releasing tension, getting massage, getting reflexology, releasing tension, acupuncture, all of that's good, will help mucus drain. The more stressed you are, that's when the allergies trigger, and that's when the congestion isn't able to move and it gets stuck. So do these therapies to help you relax. Use your essential oils to help you calm your nerves and unwind. The last section of this reflexology protocol is for the diaphragm. The diaphragm runs underneath the rib cage, and it is a really important part of the breathing process. Tension that gets stuck here affects our breath. Sometimes we feel like we're holding our breath. We can't take breath in. We have this tension here, and it's really important to relax this area, to allow the breath to move down into the belly. This is more grounding. When you breathe, feel the breath moving down into the belly. Feel it moving there first, and then up into the other parts, and then back down. So the reflex protocol for the diaphragm is we're going to move along this line. We want to go up here, so up here, across under this pad, and down just midway. You can go all the way down if that feels nice. We're going to use thumb walking to go along this line that goes up here, across, and down. So let's see. I'm going to just kind of do it with my fingers here just to show you. If I had a video assistant here to take this video, you could see better. But this should do the trick, just to give you the line. And these outer edges, this is reflexive to the shoulder, and then as you go down further, you get into the lateral parts of the leg and the hip. So that always feels good to me. And if it feels good, if it feels tense, do it for a longer time. And I'm just showing you on one foot, but you're going to do the same thing on the other foot. Okay? And then the last piece is to go down the whole line. Just keep supporting the mucus to drain out all the way down. So again, thumb pressing, thumb walking down. So I'm going to sit so that you can see it here. And so play around with what feels comfortable for you as you're working on yourself. It's a little bit of a different thing to work on yourself. When I do this on someone else, on a client, I really have my thumb walking down. When I'm doing it on myself, there's more thumb pressing, there's more kind of inventive ways that I work on those reflexes. But the same thing is applying here, is that I'm stimulating all the way down that line. When I'm all done, when I've done both feet, then I am going to make a hot dog with my blanket. And I'm going to lay down over it. This is a gentle supported back bend, because there's a lot of bending over there, a lot of funny positions, and I just want to allow my body to integrate all of the benefits of the work. So I make any adjustments I need to support my head, and I let the legs extend out, and just rest here for at least 5 to 10 minutes. My legs would be extending out like so. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope it helps. Thank you for bearing with me and my video skills on my own here. Maybe I'll have some better video footage for you next time. But please comment. Please let me know what you think and if this is helping you, and I'll keep posting more videos.